Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and it's Tell a Story Thursday. And on that day, every Thursday, I read a story from one of my previous books. And again, this week, I'm going to be reading from Journey of a Gentle Southern Man, my very first book. And I'll remind you that my newest book, The Wisdom of Winter, couldn't think of it, is available on Amazon, etc. You can find it, and I hope you will. But the story I'm going to read today is titled, License to Drive Means Freedom. And this goes way back. I'm talking about my early teenage years here. At my house these days, all I hear is car talk. And I know it's going to get worse. How do I know? Well, neither of my boys is yet at the age where they can obtain a driver's license. And already the gleam of car fever is in their eyes, especially in the eyes of the 14-year-old. Now, this is a few years back. In my day, here it comes, kids. In my day, the only requirement for a car was that it had four wheels and rolled. The more dented and demented, the better. At least that was all I wanted in a car, and basically that is what I got. My first car was a Plymouth. I don't remember what year it was, but it wasn't a brand new or a new brand. It had a past, and with it, I had a future. A car would free me to ride the roads, to think, to cruise, to date. I was 14 years old, and I had my driver's license. I was in my prime. Can you believe that they let 14-year-old kids have a driver's license back in the 50s in South Carolina? But they did, and I had one. Of course, it took me forever to get it. I would tell all the neighborhood kids to wait till I got home, and I would give them a ride. Off my mother and I went to get the license. Home my mother and I came without the license. Have you ever faced the abuse that a neighborhood of disappointed teens and sub-teens can give? Just wait till next week, I promised. The next week came. Same plot, same ending. I just couldn't pass that stupid written test. It didn't make logical sense to me. All those stupid questions about car links and abstract signs. It might as well have been a test in Greek. The third week, the neighborhood didn't see me off. They had better things to do. I sneaked away in shame. The highway patrolman who gave me the test said it was this time or never. I feared he meant what he said. I dredged up every iota of information I could recall about the driving rules, and I passed with a 70. Not flying colors by any means, but still a pass. A few weeks later, I got the first car of my life, the ancient Plymouth. It was a sick color green on bottom and white on top. The glove compartment was held up by a Band-Aid. You had to slug the dash to get the radio to play, and rust was beginning to eat away at the floor. I considered that a form of air conditioning. For the next 4 years, that car saw me through the good times and the bad. It was a friend indeed, for without those wheels, life would have been a downer. Many nights when I would be upset about something, I could get in that car and just ride and ride and ride. Somehow, the more miles I covered, the less difficult my problems seemed. We sold the car when I went to college. At the school where I went, everything was in walking distance. Plus, the old Plymouth had just about given all it could. One day, when I was home from college, I went by a junk heap, and there on the top of a pile was my old car. The sun hit the shattered windshield, and for a single moment, it was transfixed by the glow. Instead of a wreck on top of a junk pile, it was a beacon recalling my high school days. I have never had a car I loved more than that first one. Probably I never will. And I haven't forgotten the excitement of having it be all mine. I envy my sons that experience, but being there to share the moment will help make the debt worthwhile. That's my story. Remember your first car? If you do, comment about what it was like. But for now, I'm Jackie K. Cooper, sending you love and hope.